it's Elle. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a short flow, kind of more even like a stretching sequence that I would do to get into my splits. So if you want to work on your splits, this is what I would do. This is the stretching and the yoga pose sequence that I would do to prepare to get into your splits. So we're going to start on our bottom, extending the legs out in front of us. I always say have an option too. If you want to sit on top of a block, if that feels better, have your feet hanging out onto the mat. Lift up, flex the toes. Find length through your spine, pulling up towards the ceiling, through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, we're going to walk those hands forward without rounding our back. So as far forward as you can go. Maybe those hands reach the shins. Maybe your hands are just on your thighs. Notice how this feels in your body. And then I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Now we're going to sit taller. So notice if you can lengthen your spine. Exhale to hold. So you want to kind of pop up on those sit bones. Find a little bit more length through your entire spine. Notice if you can grow an inch taller from the crown of your head. And then on your next exhale breath, you're going to round forward, reaching as far forward to the front of your mat as you can. Maybe you clasp those fingertips around the back of your feet. Let the head drop in. Noticing where you're carrying weight in your body. Where are you holding tension, and how can you release that? How can you use your breath, your inhale and exhale, to release tension here? I notice, at least in my body, I hold a lot of tension in my neck. So maybe roll out the neck, deeply breathing, and use your exhale breath to let gravity pull your entire head, letting it hang heavy towards the earth. Option, come up. Maybe we grab just for the left foot. So flexing the toes, the ball of the foot, and then release. Again, flex. Notice you're building that strength, that tension along the back side of your leg. Release. Grabbing for the back side of the right foot. You can do this with a strap too. If you have a strap, you can hold the two straps and the band will come behind the foot. Release that tension. Inhale. Pull on those toes. Feel that deeper stretch. And release. Beautiful. Both hands walk forward one last time wherever you are. Take one cycle of breath here. Inhale together. Exhale out. Slowly walking it up. Beautiful. We're going to come onto our hands and our knees, meeting in a tabletop position. So your shoulders are directly over your wrists. And your knees are directly under your hips. We're going to extend that left leg out behind us, finding length. Trying to feel if someone was pulling on those left toes, how would you feel your body lengthen? Inhale, you bend the knee, round the spine, send that knee into your chest. Exhale, extend out. Inhale, bend in and round. Exhale, extend. I was about to say expand. Extend. Making sure we're not dropping our belly, pulling the navel into the spine. One last time, inhale. Press through the palms, exhale. Now we bend that knee out to the side. So if you're doing Pilates, you might want to think about doing those clamps so that knee comes out. So the knee is going to tap the tricep and then extend out. Inhale, tap the tricep, trying to keep that knee up. We're trying to go for mobility here. So opening out those hip flexors one last time. Tap the knee, extend back out. And one last. Here we just tap the knee, step the foot through. We're gonna come into a lizard lunge. So hands come in line with that foot. You can extend those back toes behind you, finding those minor adjustments here. If you'd like, hands can come onto a block, lifts your chest up a little bit, or we stay here. Letting the body release into the mat, letting those hips fall. Option to find a little bit of movement here, rocking side to side, or you find that static motion, staying still. Lifting up through the crown of the head, maybe let the gaze lift up towards the sky. And then staying for as long as you like, or option, we roll onto the side of the left foot. Allow the knee to fall out towards the left side. Again, finding that motion if you like it. I think it feels good to rock side to side, deepening this stretch as you roll to that left side. Notice how that feels. And then you have the option to stay here or come onto the forearms, onto your mat. Keeping that foot rolled onto the side if it feels okay. And then sending weight all the way to the left side. Notice how that stretch deepens. Press it back, midline of the body. All the way over towards the left side, just a few inches. That range of motion isn't very big. And then bring it back. Beautiful. Roll back onto the foot. All four corners of the foot should be pressing into your mat. We're gonna come up onto our back toes, lift up. Now we're gonna come into an active lizard. So walk those fingertips all the way out in front of you, maybe coming up onto the tops of the hands, and then let that full torso slide down closer to your mat. Squeezing the inner thighs, and you're high on those back toes. Hold here. Breathe in. Exhale, drop the back knee, walk the hands back in, lift up, untuck the back right toes, and heel toe that front foot into the midline of the body. So now we meet in that low lunge, our Anjaneyasana. Again, find those blocks underneath our hands if we need to lift up off of the earth a little bit. Lift up, find length through the spine, and hold. Take a deep breath in, pulling those collarbones and heart center up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, we're shifting that weight back, coming into a half split. So straightening out the left leg in front of us, extending those fingertips forward, gently pulling the left hip flexor back and the right hip flexor forward to square off your hips. So we're gonna find a flow. You have the option to stay if you like. Inhale, we bend, low lunge. Exhale, press back, half split. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Finding a deeper range of motion, let your body sink in. Exhale. Hold here. Maybe grabbing one hand behind the left foot, flexing the toes. Again, we notice how that deepens our stretch. Inhale, we're gonna plant that front left foot again, low lunge. Lift up, hands come to hips. You can give yourself kind of a hands-on modification. So bring your hands to your lower back, kind of your glute area. You can press down on those glutes, shifting the weight and the body a little bit closer towards your mat. Making sure that knee is still in alignment, the middle of the body. Beautiful. If it's there for you, pop those back right toes up. Right hand reaches for the right toes, and left fingertips reach out in front of you. Hold, engage the core. Sinking a little bit deeper, sending that chest forward, and then pulling up those back toes. If it's there for you, we reach that left hand behind the back. Both hands grab for the ankle of the right foot. Opening out that heart center, sink a little bit lower. You can do this with a strap too. Ooh. You can take a strap and take it behind your foot on the front side, and then grab for both straps in front of you if you don't have the flexibility today. Take one more breath here. Now we keep the left hand where it is on the right ankle, and now we're gonna drop and extend the right fingertips out in front of us. So we take a twist. It's starting to burn a little. Drop those shoulders down and back, squeeze the shoulder blades. If it's there for you, hand can meet a block or the mat. And keeping the bind here behind us. Again, if you need to release, release. And if you really have that flexibility, you can come onto the right forearm. Again, keeping the bind if you can. Finding that stretch along the right thigh, back the left leg, stacking the shoulders. And then gently releasing out. Hands come on either side of that front foot. Now we're gonna extend, so we're gonna walk those left toes in front of us. We're gonna get into our splits very, very slowly. Hold here. Option to keep those right toes tucked under, or you untuck the right toes. So now you're kind of in that half split, so half your body is in that split. From the right hip flexor down, you should be on your mat, fully pressed in. Left knee still bends. Or you extend, walking those left toes, kind of wiggling them out in front of you, and landing in your full split. Again, if this is too much, you stay where you are. Maybe you come back into that low lunge. Maybe you come back into a half split, and you're just inching that front and back foot forward and backward. Making sure weight is in both hip flexors, so we're not leaning onto our left side. We're trying to pull that right hip forward, kind of readjust yourself. So you're sitting on both sides. Take a couple more breaths. If you have a lot of flexibility, you can add a block underneath your front foot. Again, I did not have my blocks, so I should have had those for demonstrating. And then when you're ready, you're gonna roll onto that side. Right foot meets the left. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze here. Feet are flat on the mat. Let the head go. Rock side to side. Beautiful. Again, we're gonna roll onto our hands and our knees, making your way there. Press back, child's pose. That should feel good. Head rests on the mat. Taking this child's pose less as an active stretch and more as recovery here. Finding an inhale. And then on the exhale, we roll back up. Tabletop position. Finding where your body needs to be in this moment. And then when you're ready, extending the right toes back. Just keeping a light tap onto the mat. Pressing out of your shoulders. And then again, noticing how it would feel if someone were grabbing onto your right toes, pulling you behind. Find length in your body. Now we float the right toes up, engage the core, pull the tummy in. That might mean your leg is not all the way high. My leg is not that high up and off of the ground. Inhale, we bend the knees, send the knee into the chest, around the spine. Exhale, extend. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more spinal engagement. Exhale, beautiful. Now again, we're gonna take that kind of fire hydrant. So knee comes out towards the side. Tap the knee to the right tricep. Extend back out. Inhale, bend the knee. Trying to keep that knee up. Super high as you can. Extend back out. Tap the knee as you inhale. Exhale, extend. Last one. Knee taps, and then flatten that foot out towards the side. Walk the hands little inch in front of you. Extend the leg back behind you. Making sure the shoulders are over the wrists. And then dropping in. Notice where your body needs to be in this moment. Do you need a static stretch? Do your hands need to come onto blocks? You need to rock side to side. I just always think it feels good to do this. When you're ready, maybe heel toe that foot in a little bit. I just need more space. You're gonna roll onto the right ankle, so the side of the foot. I guess more the side of the foot. And then drop that knee down. So this is more gravity, pulling that knee off and out towards the side of the right hands. Letting your body go. Pressing out of the shoulders, finding length between your chest and your chin. Gaze can come down, out past your mat, or up towards the sky. And again, you have the option to come onto the forearms if that feels better for you, or forearms come onto blocks. Making sure too, our toes are also in alignment with our knee and our hip. So we shouldn't have that foot out to the side. Should look back and see one line. If you look back, you actually shouldn't see your toes if you're on your forearms. Beautiful. Roll back up onto the foot so you have a flat foot on your mat. Tucking the left toes under, float the left leg. Again, now we're taking that active lizard once again. Maybe you hold here, maybe you extend the fingertips out in front of you. Coming up onto the fingers, and then letting that body squeeze, tighten, and engage. Hugging that right knee into your side. We hold for 2 cycles of breath. Minor bend in that back left leg. And gently release back down. Beautiful, that feels good. Untuck the toes, heel till the right foot in, and then both hands frame that front right foot. Take your adjustments here. Anjasana, low lunge. Maybe hands come to blocks. Let your body sink in. Let your hips pull towards the earth. Take a deep breath in. Gentle exhale. Now we straighten out that right leg. Shift the hips back. Half split. Inhale. We're going to find your flow here. So moving with your own breath. We inhale to move forward. Come into that low lunge. And you use your exhale to press back into a half split. Moving at your own pace. Breathe in, extend. Exhale, press back. Hands come to either side, pressing into the ground. Maybe bending at the elbows, letting that chest drop. Walking fingertips in front of you if that feels okay. And maybe taking one hand, flexing the toes, finding a more intense stretch here. Releasing wherever you are, we inhale, flatten the foot onto the mat, drop the hips, Anjayasana, low lunge. Lifting the chest up, floating the hands to the hips once again. Give a gentle press of your hips and your glutes to yourself. I think it helps a lot in shifting those hips down, deepening your own stretch as if someone came behind you and did this. Beautiful. Extending the right fingertips forward. You're going to pop those back toes up if you want. And then gently sending back into that deeper lunge. Pulling that left shoulder forward, so shoulders are in alignment. We're not opening out. Then it causes our hips to open as well. So keeping those hips squared off. Ooh. Finding your stability. And then extending those right fingertips behind you, grabbing onto that left ankle. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Find that strap if you need it. Heart center opens. Drop the hips. Squeezing the inner thighs together. Making sure our knee doesn't fall out towards the side. Now keeping the right hand where it is now we take that twist. So releasing left fingertips out in front of you, finding that twist through your abdomen. Drop the hand to the block or the mat, keeping the twist and the bind behind you. This should be working a lot of places. Again, if you'd like, if you have that flexibility, it feels okay, drop onto your forearm, deepening that stretch. I notice this a lot more in my front left thigh now. Take a gentle release wherever you are. Coming back up, hands plant on either side of that front foot. Now we walk those toes forward. Drop the hips down. So now we're gonna untuck the left toes if it feels good. So we have that back side of the split on the mat. Moving at your own pace, hold here. Or you extend now, straightening fully the right leg. And then lift up through the chest, find your split. Like I said, on the other side, you have the option. You can come back into that half split if it feels better for you. This is definitely my better side and my much easier side. pressing a gentle weight into that left side now, so we're not fully sitting on our right hip. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Now we roll onto the right hip. Send the legs in. Whew. Beautiful. Plant the toes. Hug those knees. Beautiful. Amazing. Maybe coming onto your back. And again, hugging those knees into your chest if it feels good for you. Rolling around those hip flexors. Closing the eyes, taking one last breath in. One last breath out. Maybe staying there. If not, thank you so much. I hope that helps with your splits. You keep doing this. I was a gymnast forever, so a lot of that I did in gymnastics, and then some is added in yoga. So hope you enjoy, hope you get those splits. Thank you.